he has defeated Djokovic not once but twice, and once very recently in the last tournament at Clay.
I just don't see Rune because it will be a Grand Slam final, and I don't see Novak Djokovic losing to Holger Rune in a Grand Slam final when Djokovic is bidding for Grand Slam number 23. Novak Djokovic is going to win this French Open. I am absolutely sure about that. I've seen the first couple of matches that he has played at the Roland Garros, and he's playing absolutely brilliant tennis. It is quite evident that he knows he's going for Grand Slam number 23. He knows that Rafael Nadal has pulled out of this tournament, which means that he has the best chance to win this tournament. And looking at the way he's playing a proper French Open game. He has been patient, he has been consistent, and he's not rushing to win the points. And looking at the overall game and the overall tournament, I'm pretty sure he's going to get the better of everybody out there.
But that's quite a bold statement. I see that there are other competitors as well, especially people will fancy Alcaraz, and I personally fancy Rune also because he has defeated Djokovic not once but twice, and once very recently in the last tournament at Clay.
Alright, see, first of all, a Grand Slam and a 1000 Masters are two different things. Grand Slam has a different aura, 1000 Masters has a different aura. Secondly, the point of best of 3 sets versus best of 5 sets also comes into play. And talking about Alcaraz, the type of game that he plays, we see a lot of drop shots being played by Alcaraz. Now, it has become one of his USPs. But just check out the movement of Novak Djokovic, his sideways movement, and more importantly, his forward and backward movement. So, why I want to talk about this is his movement, even forward backwards, is absolutely incredible. He is very comfortable with receiving a drop shot and hitting either a winner to it or coming to the net and finishing the point. He doesn't seem to have much of a problem. Other than that, he himself is not attempting any such fancy things. He's just playing plain, simple, very clean game. I don't remember watching Djokovic going for too many drop shots. And I think overall, the way Alcaraz has played and the way Novak Djokovic has played, it is really evident who the champion is. Although Alcaraz is world number 1 and the top seed, the only person who is playing like a champion is Novak Djokovic. And talking about Rune, now he could be the second challenge that Novak faces. Of course, he has beaten Djokovic recently at the Italian Open, and he has had a pretty decent start. Don't mind, I really like Rune. He's one of my favorite players currently, but I just don't see Rune because it will be a Grand Slam final, and I don't see Novak Djokovic losing to Holger Rune in a Grand Slam final when Djokovic is bidding for Grand Slam number 23. So I just don't see that happening.
Big players arise on big occasions, like Messi did in the recent World Cup. Yeah, I can see your point. But I think talking about these two competitors only, because I don't really fancy Tsitsipas, as mentioned earlier as well. So it's extremely difficult for Tsitsipas to really sustain 5 sets with a single hand backhand. And looking at the court, I am feeling that the court is even slower than most of the clay court tournaments. So I feel since the court is so slow, the server advantage is slightly gone. And from that perspective, it seems that even Alcaraz might find it difficult in a way. But I think let's close this by talking about 2 key points, right? Alcaraz, you cannot match Alcaraz shot to shot, which means Alcaraz will have to move Djokovic sideways. And he can do that with his power, with his fitness, and he can try two things. Yes, one is the drop shot, of course, and second is consistently hitting with patience. And I'm sure Alcaraz will have uh, deep levels of fitness. And with Rune, I think, yeah, the confidence might be a problem when he comes face to face in a Grand Slam final. But I am sure he and his coach will work that out. Right? He might really fancy his chances just because he has an advantage. He has beaten Djokovic, and he might really turn it on. Even Djokovic mentioned that he couldn't get past Rune despite him trying a lot of things at the Madrid Masters. So I fancy these two guys, but I don't really see anybody else coming close. But let's see how it goes.